imagine that? Naked me standing there. I've got to produce something to eat. Somehow. And the bear comes out over the hill there, and I see the bear and he sees me. And so I decide the only way I'm going to get something to eat is I'm going to kill that bear and skin him out. So I go over to him, and I look at him as if he were the land, and I'm going to put all my labor into it, and I do. Unfortunately, it's not enough. He ends up eating me and skinning me out because he's bigger and tougher than I am, right? So, what I have to do is I have to find a way to equalize this. So what I do is I reach up into the tree and I pull out a club. Now I got a club and I go over to the bear. The bear is, what is he? The bear is my raw material. I'm going to expend my labor and I'm going to use my capital and I beat him to death. Now I have produced food. And probably I've also produced a nice skin so I won't have to be naked anymore. I can put that skin around me and I'd be very handsome at that point, I think.
Had this earthquake. I don't know how powerful it was, but it was huge and it lasted
7.9.
apparently a really long time. It felt like a really long time. We were all under the desks hanging on, shaking and shouting. And Paul took a really long time to even register that it was an earthquake and get down to the ground at all. And as soon as it stopped, everyone was freaking out and he just stood right up, grabbed the podium and said, "We must continue."
I'm just an ordinary Paul, like Paul the Apostle. Was he an apostle?
Yeah, the Apostle
He was
Paul.
Paul the Apostle. He wrote a whole bunch of books in the New Testament. And I think I might have been named after him, but I doubt it.
He was walking down the hall one way, and I was walking down the main hall the other way, and he said, "Lisa, you want to go to El Salvador?" And I paused for a minute, I said, "Yeah." And that's really all we ever talked about it, and then we went.
I think I was named after my daddy, actually. And his name was Paul, too. So like I'm Paul Jr., you're going to have trouble remembering that I'm Paul? No, you won't. I bet.
My first year here, I was puzzled by the school a little bit because I come from a world where there are about 26 rules for playground kindergarten groups, and this school didn't seem to have a whole lot of clear rules, and it took a long time to come to any conclusions or decisions about this. So I was feeling like a little bit of a fish out of water. So I was teaching in the Earth Lab, my class, 7th grade science, and for reasons that are unknown to me, Paul was in the hallway, the main hall, teaching all the 11th graders. So they were all sitting around in the hallways, and he was there with his booming voice lecturing about something, but I was teaching my class, so I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention until there was a lull in my classroom, and I hear from out in the hallway Paul going, "Democracy is not efficient." And I thought, aha, I get it. And so with his booming voice saying that line, I thought, they built the school trying to be as close to a real democracy, and it's not going to be efficient, but it's going to be inclusive and patient and careful and thoughtful and try to do the best I can.
It was something about naked bushmen.
Yeah, hiding in bushes.
Well, it was, of course, the Imagine Me Naked being chased by a bear.
I guess it's like when Paul was like, remember me naked. Like, picture me naked.
I just remember him talking about, like, wrestling a bear.
I remember he'd say stuff about being naked and hunting boar.
That can't be.
Does it make sense to you? Makes sense to me.
Ho 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 ho! Welcome to class!
Even in Korea, conservatives were evil.
You know, I'm running around and just picture me naked chasing a boar.
Imagine me as a naked bushman.
Imagine me, naked,
In a forest!
Well, what do you think of Emmett Till?
Hey, wait a moment! It's too noisy in here!
Emmett Till! He's one of the most important people! I can't believe you don't know about Emmett Till!
Even though I am beautiful, I still have compassion for others.
Everybody knows that I am beautiful!
Everything's about stuff.
What do I have?
I have stuff. Economics is about real stuff.
S-T-U-F-F.
I said, no, you guys are all wrong. It's stuff.
But economics is only about stuff. That's what it's about. It's just about stuff.
Everybody would try and be really smart, and it was the 9th grade, and it was like one of the first things everyone thought they were kind of really intelligent.
Trade? What do you mean, they get all their stuff by trade?
Currency.
You mean they don't make nothing and they just go over there and say, hey, give me some stuff?
In class, we always used to argue with Paul a lot.
Paul would just look at him and be like, that's very interesting, and you're very wrong.
Now, you folks are all confused. I'm going to tell you now. Now I'm going to tell you, and this is very important to you, because once I tell you, then you will see all of the elements of the whole process of production. So you have to think about this thing. Exactly! You got to produce it! We produce this stuff!
I think what really is on my heart is that I recognize out of all the millions of people who made a difference in civil rights, in my lifetime, I got to have a relationship with Paul Raymond.
Well, you know, all the many reasons that we love Paul, love is like a key thing in there, and that's one of the greatest lessons he taught me, is that in spite of all of his great activism and his speaking truth to power, and his justifiable righteous anger and his wrathful attempt to eradicate injustice, he said, you know, Daniel, what it all boils down to is love. That's the most important thing there is, and we've got to make sure that we tell the people in our lives how much we love them. And Paul would tell me that a lot.
I just want to say that the Thursday morning when we heard that Paul had passed away, Alan had to break the news to us, and he didn't say very much, and we were all sitting there in silence. And the last thing he said was, "Paul is with us."
So these are some words from Whitman, and I'm not sure whether Paul would say them, but I will say them to and about Paul and to us. From Song of Myself. What do you think has become of the young and old men? And what do you think has become of the women and children? They are alive and well somewhere. The smallest sprout shows there is really no death. All goes onward and outward, and nothing collapses. And to die is different from what anyone supposed, and luckier. Not I nor anyone else can travel that road for you. You must travel it for yourself. You are also asking me questions, and I hear you, and I answer that I cannot answer. You must find out for yourself. I teach straying from me, and yet who can stray from me? I follow you wherever you are from the present hour. My words itch at your ears until you understand them. I, who am curious about each, am not curious about God. No array of terms can say how much I am at peace about God and about death. I hear and behold God in every object, yet I understand God not in the least. Nor do I understand who there can be more wonderful than myself. I depart as air. I shake my white locks at the runaway sun. I fuse my flesh in eddies and drift it in lacy jags. I bequeath myself to the dirt to grow from the grass I love. If you want me again, look for me under your boot soles. Failing to fetch me at first, keep encouraged. Missing me one place, search another. I stop somewhere, waiting for you.